Shields up, Iron Breakers. Rurikhan here coming at you with another video, and I know I can feel your gazes of disapproval right into the screen. I can feel them burning a hole into my soul. And I understand that you guys are like, Rurikhan, what are you doing? What is going on? But most importantly, why? And I gotta say, I think that Blizzard has done a lot of advertisements over the years, but no other advertisement for World of Warcraft sums it better than this one.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Now, for those of you that are not aware, I'm actually someone who played World of Warcraft a long time ago. I actually played it a little bit during vanilla. Now, I did not get in exactly when World of Warcraft launched because at the time, I was still living with my parents, and my parents were like, you kidding me? You want to pay a monthly fee so that you can play a video game? You're crazy. You're crazy. So eventually when I got a job, that was one of the first things that I did was I started playing World of Warcraft because it was something that I held off on doing for so long. I came in at the tail end of vanilla, and I think I was about level 56, right about as the expansion hit, the Burning Crusade. And so my actual initiation into World of Warcraft was during the Burning Crusade, because other than that, it's just leveling content. Doesn't really count as much, at least not in my opinion. But World of Warcraft is actually where my tanking mentality kind of comes from, because before World of Warcraft, I was more about necromancers, the minion-mancer type of necromancer, because I had played a whole lot of Diablo 2, and my favorite class on there was the necromancer. Really liked necromancer, raising skeletons, raising undeads, raising all of these crazy things. But when I got into World of Warcraft, the first character that I ever made was a hunter. And I was really happy with my hunter. I had like this dwarven hunter because it doesn't matter which character I was going to make. It was going to be a dwarf because even though I wasn't like super into tanking, so to speak, back then, I was very much into dwarves. Therefore, I was like, dude, I'm going to make this dwarven hunter. It's going to be awesome, just like the friggin' video. You know, you see it in the very first video of World of Warcraft. You actually see the dwarven hunter with his big bear. That was me, okay? As soon as I started playing World of Warcraft, that was me. And then I was like, oh man, I should check to see the different class representation and all of this stuff. So I started getting into WoW Census and looking up all kinds of different information. And I figured out that, oh wow, there's a whole lot of hunters out there, like way more hunters than any other class. Huh. That probably means that there's not really going to be a shortage of hunters, and I like to be useful in a group setting, so I should pick a character that is more useful in a group setting. So I was like, okay, so what would be the most important character in a group, in a dungeon, I wondered. And I was like, it was probably the healer, right? Healer, like, heals people, keeps them alive. It's got to be the most important character of all. So I start playing a dwarven priest, and I go into a dungeon, go into a couple of dungeons, and then like by the time I do my third dungeon, I'm like, you know what? Healers, they're fun and all, but I mean, they're definitely important. I'm not sure if they're the most important character in the group, but the thing that was bothering me the most, I think it's not even whether or not it was the most important character, it was the fact that it was not the character that was setting the pace of the dungeon. And I was like, you know what, that tanking role, I could get into this tanking business. So out I go. So basically, look at this. I start playing the game, start as a hunter, go out, swap over to a priest, go out, swap over to a warrior. And then I was like, holy crap, the very first time I used warrior charge, I was like, that's it. That's it. This is my class. There's no more changing. That's it. And that, it was back then, I think it was either 2005 or 2006. I'm not 100% sure. But that character, that dwarven warrior that I'm talking about, is the same dwarven warrior that you're watching on screen right now. Isn't that insane? You're talking like minimum 13 years ago, I was playing this character. You have no idea how attached I am to this character. I'm very much attached. So, and you know, recently I was just getting that nostalgia vibe, man. I was just like, oh man, World of Warcraft, there's a new expansion coming. There's like a pre-patch thing going on, you know, I should check it out. So I activated my account. I don't know if I'm gonna stick with it or not. Right now I've been leveling up. As you guys can see in this footage, I'm in Talador. And I've been, you know, just leveling up through Draenor. I pretty much rushed Mists of Pandaria as fast as I could. Got out of there, got to Draenor. Rushing Draenor as fast as I can. At the time of this recording, I'm actually level 98 because it's been after the video was recorded. And I believe that at level 98, I'll be able to go to Legion, which means I will do the whole Legion expansion, and then I will think about whether or not I want to go back, do some of the older content, some of that stuff. But yeah, it's been interesting going back because it hasn't immediately clicked, so to speak. Like I was expecting, oh man, I'm just gonna get in there, play my old dwarf, it's gonna click like that. No, it's actually been the opposite. It's interesting because I'm still playing it, still enjoying myself. But I have to say that in terms of the leveling experience, I think this is the worst it's ever been since vanilla. And that's saying a lot. You guys are like, what? What are you talking about? Rurikhan looks fine to me. Yeah, but what are you guys seeing over there? I see a Fury Warrior dual-wielding big two-handed swords. And guys, yeah, isn't that the leveling spec? Well, yes, but I usually leveled as protection, because it's my favorite spec in the tree, because it's the spec that I wanted to master most of all. I mean, as a matter of fact, during the Burning Crusade, at one point, I even had like a protection spec that I was able to deal massive amounts of damage by dual wielding, which was really cool. But you know, it was not the best thing ever. But I've always been protection spec, is what I'm getting at. I've always leveled as protection spec. And with the pre-patch, and there was like a big number squish or whatever, because the numbers were getting out of control, people were going out doing like thousands upon thousands of damage per hit, which, you know, once your numbers get so big, they kind of start losing the meaning. You know, like once you start getting into the thousands of damage, it doesn't make sense anymore. So Blizzard did a numbers squish and basically tried to bring the numbers back down in line. But ultimately, I don't know why they did this, but that number squish means that protection warriors are dealing like no damage whatsoever to level up. Now, they didn't used to deal as much damage as, you know, other more offensive classes like arms or fury. That's never been the case. But you would still be able to deal enough damage to level up properly, and instead of pulling 1 or 2 mobs at a time, you just pull 5 or 6 and go ahead and do your thing. But on top of reducing the damage that protection warriors did for leveling, they also reduced the sustain, which is your ability to actually stay in a fight without dying. And I was like, wow, really? You're gonna nerf solo sustain for protection? And bear in mind, I'm not complaining. I'm just like curious as to why they would do it. So that's why I'm leveling as Fury, because usually I would just level up Prot, no problem. As a matter of fact, I'm still considering if when I get to Legion, if I'm just not gonna level up as Prot regardless. But I gotta tell you guys, I've leveled up in Legion previously when I was with the squadron, and we were doing World of Warcraft content. I leveled up in Legion as protection. It was fine, felt great. But leveling up as protection now feels terrible. So it's actually interesting. It's like I'm getting all of these nostalgia vibes. I start playing the game, and leveling with my favorite spec is the worst it's ever been. And I'm still sticking with it. Good God. Anyways, I just wanted to tell you guys what I've been doing. I've been playing a whole lot of World of Warcraft recently. Those of you that follow me on Twitch, you guys know about that. And I just wanted to let you guys know that right now there's actually a lot of specs in the game that are not particularly good at leveling. So if you're someone that doesn't usually go for the mainstream leveling specs, so to speak, and you're considering getting back into the game, just be aware of that. I believe that when it comes to tanks, people have been telling me in my chat, I haven't actually had an opportunity to check it out. People were telling me that Demon Hunters and Death Knights are doing fine. Death Knights particularly have sustained out the yin-yang, so you guys should be pretty good there. But yeah, if you're an old school, OG, old man protection warrior like me, you're probably not really going to have the best of times. Don't know if you guys are curious about my World of Warcraft experience, if you guys would like me to share some more World of Warcraft stories. I got so many of those, it's insane, because I played a crap ton of World of Warcraft, and I rated a crap ton in World of Warcraft. There's just so many memories. And you know, there's not a whole lot happening right now in the games that I tend to do, because, you know, it's the summer lull and all that. And I understand, a lot of guys are going to say, Rurikhan, Monster Hunter World PC, it's coming. I know, I'm playing it. Don't worry about it. I'm definitely going to play it. But it's like Dark Souls, a lot of you guys ended up not really being that interested in watching me play that. So I was like, okay. And other than that, I still want to check out Hollow Knight now that it's out on the Switch. And obviously, I'm going to be playing a whole lot more Project Octopath Traveler. But for streaming games, World of Warcraft, I kind of felt like this was a good time. And also, I feel like I'm in a bit of a Blizzard high. I've also played a match of Heroes of the Storm recently. I kind of want to play more of that. But the thing about Heroes of the Storm is, like, I just want to go in there and I just want to play Merthin. That's the thing for me. Is like, I don't even want to play any of the other characters. I just want to go in there and play some Merthin, because he's the best character in the game. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching this bit of a story time. Comments and feedback in the comment section below. As per usual, there will be 2 suggestions of videos that you guys can go check out if you are interested. And subscribe, bell icon, all of that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one.